Slappers only. Yeah, that's how me and my brothers played. That's the only way to play GoldenEye. Slappers only. This is the way of the dork. Welcome, everybody, to episode 44 of the Four Dorksmen podcast. That's a lot of fours. I'm Nate, a.k.a. Angry Nate.
This is Glass Joe. Punch out, punch out!
I'm Collector Clint.
And I'm Ryan on an island in the middle of the Pacific.
And this week, we have a very special guest with us. I'll let him introduce himself. Hey, guys, this is New Beardland, or Andrew Newland, however you want to say it. So, New Beardland sounds good to me. We're very happy to have Andrew on this week. If you don't know Andrew, you are an idiot because we talk about him every week, and he is our bingo creator, our Dorksmen Bingo creator. So make sure you're playing along at dorksmenbingo.com. And Andrew's actually got an announcement of the bingo card for us this week. So why don't you take it away, Andrew? Yeah, so for everybody listening, there's a special bingo card running just for this week. Specific cards that are on there or entries that are in there. So we're going to do a little contest this week where we're going to give away specifically some Batmans, some Funko Batman stuff. So play the game. You'll get a little more information. I only want to give the information away once, and please don't share it. You got to listen to this. You got to listen all the way to the end to figure out exactly how to enter. But play some bingo. So get in there, play some bingo, and it'll be great. Do it. You heard him.
I have my card up.
Yeah, I got my card up right now too. So we're gonna get through this, and he'll introduce, he'll do all the rules and all the we'll talk prizes and all that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah. But yeah, there sounds like a cricket as we're recording, so I'm gonna try to see what the hell that's.
Is our episode that bad, or the jokes that Ryan this week that the cricket's already come up?
How did it immediately come to me? I didn't even say much of anything.
I just thought crickets, I thought bad jokes, and I thought you. It was just that connection. It was just
you
it was pretty
and
quick.
My wife both. Don't give me enough credit for my BDAs.
Yeah, who the hell's? Anyways,
is Jiminy
quick
Cricket here?
Housekeeping things.
Yes, just enjoy our sixth guest for the week, Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, Jiminy Cricket. You know what? Wait.
That's not a bingo score this week, Clint. Don't sing.
No. Hey, I just realized, guys, I think it is me because my window's open. Oh, no way. It's literal crickets. Hold on a second.
As long as it's not like somebody's software not working right.
And I'm totally leaving
the crickets are gone.
I'm totally leaving that in because it's too funny not to.
But I'm glad it wasn't like a software issue or something like that.
The listeners can't see, but Andrew didn't go close the door. He actually went and curb stomped a cricket on camera.
He grabbed a shotgun, he muted himself, and then he just went to town on those crickets.
But first he pulled off a few legs, and
that is the joys of living in Colorado. With even the crickets are high here. Okay, so that's how it works.
Contact high.
Rip Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah. I thought I was going crazy. I was closing all my other windows on my laptop, thinking do I have something that's YouTube up? Is mixer up? Someone just playing a bunch of cricket noises? Yeah. So well, thank you for solving the mystery of the crickets. Sorry about that. If anyone can speak cricket, can you let us know what they were saying before? That would be great.
Good, bad, or ugly. Just tell us what they were saying.
Tell us what they were saying.
It was just saying the same thing over and over again.
Oh, that's too.
It's like snake jazz, except
that's right.
Cricket. Anyways, quick housekeeping things. Make sure you're following us on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Dorksmen. You can always email us at dorksmen@gmail.com. Like we said, we won't respond to your email, but we'll probably read it online. And also make sure you wash your damn hands. That's a good housekeeping thing. Wash your damn hands. So let's just jump into the Ask the Dorksmen this week. I've got a couple of great questions. Our first question comes from Austin Keel, friend of the podcast, who will be a guest next week. So make sure you tune in next week as well. His question is, what childhood cartoon would you put yourself in and why? Though it was before my time, I'd love to be in the Wacky Races. So that's Austin's answer. That's a great answer, Austin. Joey, would you take us away?
So I was thinking about the question, for the past few days, because Clint did a good job getting it to us early so that we could think about it.
He's lying. I didn't. I screwed up. I'll admit it.
So I think our natural reaction would just be to say, what our favorite cartoon is, right? So my favorite cartoon growing up was, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But the more I thought about it, I was like, when he said why, besides, it's my favorite cartoon. So I think I would, kind of similar to what his was, like similar genre, I would pick the Laugh Olympics. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but that's when like all the Hanna-Barbera characters would compete each other. It was kind of like the
yeah. Okay.
What was that TV show? The Something to the Stars or something? And it was
the
like
Circus of the Stars.
Yeah.
No, not Circus of the Stars. That wasn't it.
Do they combine?
But anyway, so it was like a giant competition show, and I always liked that, and I always loved Laugh Olympics. Like it was something I looked forward to seeing all the time. So I would love to be in the Laugh Olympics and like compete in events against Hanna-Barbera characters. I think that would be pretty cool to do something like that.
It's a good answer.
That is a good answer.
It is a good answer. Yeah. Thank you. It's a great answer.
It's a great
especially for your
answer. So just nobody else answer. It's the best. Nobody can get any better.
It felt like it took you days to come up with that answer.
It did. I did a lot of research and I really meditated on it for 17 seconds.
Yeah.
The heads up that I had on the question. Yeah. So kudos to me.
Yeah, good for you.
You can't see it, listeners, but I'm patting myself on the back.
He's doing
and
it.
His answer's so long, he's actually can do that.
Yeah.
You can't pat yourself on the back. You need to stretch more.
Not like Go Gadget arm style. I can't.
Something.
Sounds like a personal problem, Clint.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I usually go next, but I'm drawing a good blank here.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. So my
you want us to come back to you? You come back to you.
No. I'll answer. My default answer was going to be X-Men because I always wanted to be.
I
love the X-Men.
Like
but does that count as a childhood cartoon or is that more of a comic book? So I'm trying to think of like a secondary.
Well, the
animated series was great.
I'll let you get away with
I agree, but
the question would be: would you be like an existent mutant, your own mutant, or would you just be like regular Joe Clint, like you were the neighbor?
I'd be an extra in a cartoon, just like
you'd be over the hedges, kind of like Wilson style from Home.
Just like creeping, just creeping
looking over.
No, I wouldn't even do that. I would be a phone call. Professor X would call me asking for advice on how to handle a certain situation.
So is that pound Clint Dingus for him to call you?
For everyone who's too young to know what that is, the pound sign and the hashtag sign are the exact same.
Well, I feel it appropriate. I mean, not sticking it to Austin. We just know that he's a bunch younger than us. A lot of the kids now know it as hashtag, but of course, for our generation, we called it.
It's a pound sign,
right? So it's still a pound sign. My mom's like trying to understand what the hell a hashtag is. I'm like, Mom, it's just the pound sign. She's like, why don't they just say pound sign? I don't know.
I don't remember who it was, but before hashtag came about and everybody just called it a pound sign, somebody else I used to know just called it the tic-tac-toe sign.
Yeah.
That works too.
You know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
To otherwise answer that question, for some reason, Eek the Cat comes into mind because I thought that show was totally underrated and hilarious, and I would like to give Eek what he deserves and give him a few pets in the back, even though I'm allergic to cats. There you go.
All right.
All right. Well, let's stick with the Colorado connection. Andrew, you got an answer?
So I mean, from my childhood, it would have been Darkwing Duck. So that ties into the whole Darkwing Duck is the Disney Batman, my Batman connection, all of that stuff. But really thinking about it and where I could completely fit in, I think would be a neighbor to Hank Hill. I mean,
that's a good one. Yeah.
I'm from Texas. I know. I mean, Garland, Arlen. Arlen is everywhere in Texas. It's all the same place. I'd fit in right with those guys.
I tell you what.
So would you be one of the guys hanging out in the back with all them? Or would you have been like the neighbor just staring across the street wondering when they were going to let you come over and play with them?
No, I'd have just gone out there and been like, hey, guys. It'd have been awkward. But, I'd have been the first couple episodes would have been fine.
Yeah, you know how it is. Bring a 6-pack of beer with you. You'd been accepted.
Exactly.
Just bring some from Colorado. They've got lots of good, delicious things from Colorado.
Including beer.
And also beer. Yes. You don't get meth or anything, but you do get lots of weed. Lots of good Colorado weed.
Isn't there a hemp beer? You could bring some hemp.
Oh, probably.
I'm not going to lie. I've had a couple, and they're not very tasty.
That doesn't sound good to me at all.
No, they're not. They include. Well, I mean, they don't include the the actual narcotic, but it doesn't taste very good.
So that's just a waste of time then.
Yes, it's a huge waste because I mean, it's like, not that I should tell you guys this because this is just going to make your stereotype enforced, but like it takes a lot of weed to make brownies, So
it does.
If you're gonna make beer, it takes a lot of weed too, and it's a huge waste. Huge waste.
It doesn't help that like for us, we're looking at Clint as he talks, and his hair is long and all frizzy, and he's like he looks like he's like high right now, but he just woke up from a nap.
Nap. Yes.
Hey, I have to go on that. It takes a shit ton of weed to make brownies. It does a shit ton.
I forgot about that scientific measurement.
It is. It's actual measurement. I talked to my science son earlier, and he told me. So
it's a precise measurement. That's what it is.
It's metric.
That's just universal.
Yeah. It's a universal.
It's
Unimetric.
Anyways, Ryan.
How about you, Ryan?
Given that I had like weeks and weeks to think about my response here.
Are you going to say Law and Order, the animated series?
No.
Is there one? Oh my god.
I was going to say, is there one that I'm missing out on?
One. If there's not, there should be one.
Could you imagine the animated SVU? Be like, show us on this cartoon doll where you got.
Oh gosh. Where did they hurt you?
The thing is, they could do like over exaggeration Family Guy style and really be entertaining.
Yeah.
That would be great. That would be great.
We're stalling for you, buddy. Come on.
I think I'm gonna go with the Flintstones. I'd like to go bowling.
Push cars around with your feet?
No, I'd like to go bowling with Fred Flintstone.
With the water buffalo?
Yeah,
Twinkle Toes.
Yeah, Twinkle Toes. And I'd like to go to the Water Buffalo Lodge and see how things were done as opposed to the Freemasons.
Wait, do
the Freemasons?
Do you guys have water buffaloes out there?
No.
Where are you at? Where are you at again?
I did say where I was earlier, so we don't need to force that one. But if you guys didn't hear it the first time, I'm on this little island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, there we go. That's what.
And sometimes we fry hot dogs out here.
Fry hot dogs.
What kind of crazy thing is that?
Fry them in the pan. Why not? You fry Spam.
Wait. Serious
fry
question.
bologna.
Have you used your hot dog warmer yet? We got you.
Yeah,
I have not. It's up in the closet.
The fact that we
I
got
should
a
bring
hot
it
dog
down.
warmer is the greatest. It's so good.
Actually, you know what?
glad
No, I'm honored because if it's a wedding gift that you haven't used yet, then I feel like we're part of your family. Because that's usually what happens to most wedding gifts from your family.
We also have a fondue set that we got for the wedding that we have not used either.
Oh my gosh.
Here's what you do. You make the hot dogs, you cut them up, put them on little skewers, and then you dip them in fondue cheese. There you go.
There you go.
Date night. Date night.
I love that was a serious question.
Well said.
This isn't your first time listening. You know better.
Yeah. you know. It's not your first rodeo.
Not at all.
So for me, and I was thinking about this because I like answering last. So because I had like all but 3.5 seconds to think of the answer when I saw Clint typed it out. So I was thinking like, do I want to be in a cartoon? Like Ninja Turtles would be really cool, but then like I feel like it's dangerous, right? Because Shredder's running around killing people, and like G.I. Joe, like shit's dangerous. Cobra's running around,
lasers everywhere.
I thought
lasers everywhere.
If I'm gonna be realistic, it would be like Garfield, just so I could just sit around with him and just eat lasagna all day. Like, there's no danger in Garfield's world. I'm sure diabetes, maybe
a heart attack.
Yeah, maybe the threat of a heart attack. But I'm going out eating lasagna with a cat. Like, that doesn't get any more chill.
What would Banner think?
Yeah, but
he'd be fine.
What about Odie bothering
right?
you? That's gotta be some danger in Garfield's life at some point in time.
It wouldn't bother me because I like dogs, so it wouldn't bother me. So I would pick Garfield purely because of lasagna, which is just delicious.
Not a bad answer.
I go with that.
All right, and our next question comes from Larry, Nerd and Cheese. Shout out to Larry from STS Guys. Not the cable guy.
Okay.
But yeah, Larry helped us hook up the dorksmenbingo.com website. So shout out to him for doing that. It's beautiful. We love it. His question is, if you could pick one Star Wars character to be quarantined with you in the house for the next 14 days, who would you choose?
I'll go
specifically
first.
14 days.
14 days. Well,
14 days.
I'll go first, I guess. Mine would be BB-8. and I think BB-8 would be the most fun. He has the most personality. He's helpful, and he's Colorado born, baby. So why not?
Colorado born?
Yeah, he was developed in Boulder.
Ah, okay. Did not know that.
Star Wars is in Boulder?
That's why the Boulder is so hard to get into on the Memorial Days, because of the Star Wars happening.
Is that what it is?
There you go.
Gotcha.
But that's and he could give somebody the finger, so why not?
Which finger would it be? You just have to use your imagination.
I mean,
It's all the same finger.
It's pretty obvious by his motion what he was implying in The Force Awakens. So
Okay. If you say so.
I do.
I don't believe you. Anyways.
Yeah, neither do I. Who's next?
Joey?
I'm trying to think of who would not get on my nerves after 2 weeks of being trapped inside of the house with them.
I mean, is that possible?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Which one would be? I guess you could pick one of the droids and just turn them off if you needed to. I would think. I know we don't know a lot about him yet, so I'm going to kind of go out on a limb here. But I think Babu Frick would be really cool to hang out and chill with for 2 weeks. Plus, if something breaks while you're on quarantine, I think he could fix it for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
you may be able to help me out with this one, Joey. I'd probably have to go old school and go with Chewbacca.
Okay.
He just seems like, him running around. So if you could just get a Chewbacca suit, come to Colorado and hang out with me for a couple weeks. We'll see if it works.
I will do that.
We'll just see if it works.
funny.
We'll give it a test run.
Ryan?
Am I next? Joey kind of took the
can't
words
pick
out of
Iron
my...
Man.
No, but I can pick 3PO, and you kind of took my idea out of your head there, because I was thinking, okay, if he gets on my nerves because he talks too much, I just shut him down. But he is helpful, and he does have limbs. He can carry things for you. You can
Not quickly,
but 3PO is going to get on your nerves after
and hence the reason
20
I shut him down.
minutes. Yeah.
Yep.
So that was a good idea that Joey had that I also had.
It was. I did have a good idea.
Oh, Joey, you're just batting it out of the park today.
Twice.
I am, man.
Pat yourself on the back.
Like a normal person, because you can reach over there and pat yourself on the back.
And Nate?
See, this one was kind of tough too, because on one hand, I would pick like Yoda, just because you could have so much conversation with him. He would teach you so many things. But on the other hand, I would probably pick Jar Jar, just because I could just beat the shit out of him for 14 days.
Is that what
and
you
then
would do?
just dump the body? I would just fuck him up every time he annoyed me,
So
and it would
want
just
somebody to take your frustration
yeah
out on.
How rude.
yeah, and then people wouldn't miss him, right? So it'd be like I'd be doing the world a favor.
Nobody would notice. Nobody
would notice he was gone, and I would get 2 weeks of quarantine frustration out on Jar Jar.
Misa dead.
yeah. Apologize to anyone that actually likes Jar Jar, because it got kind of dark, but that's what it would do.
You was hurting me.
Wouldn't that make you want to hit him even more?
Yes.
But
Yeah,
you're
probably.
assuming he can't defend himself. I mean, he's got reach on you for sure.
That's true.
That's true.
So I wouldn't count him out. I mean, unless
He's got to
high,
sleep sometime.
Yeah, well,
Just get him in his sleep.
He's got to sleep sometime. Wow.
You just get him when he's sleeping.
anyways,
Clint, did you answer yet?
yeah,
did. You
minus
answered
58.
Yeah.
BB-8.
He went first.
Yeah.
He threw off the order.
He
Jeez.
did. Thank you, Larry, for that question. It got
Great
kind of
question.
weird, as it usually does. But thank you for the question. We're curious to see who you would pick to quarantine yourself with for 14 days from the Star Wars universe, and anyone else who wants to answer as well. So this week, what is our topic? Our topic is video games and their adaptations to movies, or movies and their adaptations to video games. So basically anything in the video game to movie universe, or vice versa. And so there's basically the good, the bad, the ugly. We know there's a lot of pretty awesome movies that have come out from video games, and some really, really terrible ones. So anyone has any thoughts or anything like that, feel free to jump in. Let's just get into it. And silence.
Well, Clint was about to talk.
Right.
Yeah.
When's the last time any of you saw the Super Mario Brothers movie?
I was just
Since
thinking
the 90s. I think I saw it the one time and that was it.
I think so in the theater. And even as a kid, I was like, what is this crap?
Come on,
The one
guys.
thing I took away from that
was
was how small Bowser's head was in comparison to his body. I'm like, this is so disproportionate.
It kind of thing's a nightmare if you think about it.
Yeah,
there were, and looking back at it, there were a lot of crazy things about that, but I loved that movie.
really?
Like I think I would have to be high or really drunk to watch it now.
Right.
But like when I was a kid, it was cool because you took it. That was like the real first video game that they took and like turned it into a movie, and you're like, oh, these are the Mario Brothers, Right. So I loved it.
I haven't seen it since the 90s either, and I actually do want to see it again to see how horrible it actually is. Just going back, I mean, it wasn't like Yoshi even in it. It looks like a Velociraptor from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it looked rather scary as comparison to the cute Yoshi that we're used to.
Right.
And I mean, hey, it's Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. I mean,
right, the actors,
right.
Yeah. Oh, well, Dennis Hopper's in it.
Oh, yeah, Dennis Hopper's in it too.
So it's not like the talent's not there, but
no, the script was not there, and the execution was definitely not there either.
Okay, well, speaking of good casts,
cocaine's a hell of a drug. That's the only reason that movie happened.
Speaking of good cast, but a really shitty movie, what about Street Fighter?
Oh my god!
Because I mean, seriously, they had a good
that
cast.
Street Fighter movie.
Really?
It's so bad. Because
See,
so bad.
I guess it's kind of the same thing like with Andrew's talking about with Mario. Like, I like the Street Fighter movie because it is so bad it's good type thing.
Right.
Like, I love it.
So Street Fighter to me was better than, as much as I love it, I know we'll get into it, Mortal Kombat.
I beg to differ.
Kombat.
I like that
soundtrack though.
It was
amazing.
I mean,
The soundtrack.
I love Mortal Kombat, but Street Fighter to me was a little more realistic with a few little out there things. But Mortal Kombat was, I mean.
So before we go any further, quick poll: which one did you like more growing up, Street Fighter or not? And this is the actual video game, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Street Fighter for sure.
Street Fighter for me.
Mortal Kombat.
Joey?
Dude, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I love fighting games. I'd be hard pressed to pick one over the other.
Fair enough. Mine was Street Fighter barely, but I'm exactly opposite. I hate fighting games and I'm awful at them all. Pick one, I suck at it. But I was just kind of curious, and I mean that obviously I think will influence your decision on this, which one you liked of the two. But Street Fighter, yeah. Well, why can I not think of the guy who played M. Bison? What was his name?
Raul Julia.
Raul Julia.
And that was
it was his last movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say fun fact, that was his very last theatrical role.
It's a very
I think
interesting
he did it
cast,
because his kids, if I remember the story correctly, I think his kids is the reason he took that role too.
And I completely forgot that Ming Na Wen was in that movie too.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm just looking at the cast right now.
That woman does not age.
No.
She looks so good for her age right now.
Yeah, she's hit all. She's in Disney movies.
Yeah.
Like she's in a Disney movie. She's in a Marvel movie, and she's also in. She hit like there's like what else is she in? Because she's like the trifecta of like all the major
in a DC
badass women roles.
I don't think she's been in a DC film.
Yeah, I remember what Nate was talking about. It was something that came out a couple of weeks ago on Twitter. I saw it talking about her being in all these different things. Oh, it was Disney, but she's in Mulan.
Oh, she's in Mulan.
Oh,
Yep.
That's what it was. So. It was Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars.
And Star Wars.
Right. Yeah. Because of her role in the Mandalorian. And then we got Jean-Claude Van Damme in there, and I totally forgot about this also, but Kylie Minogue, who I don't know if you guys remember her music.
Did she play Cammy?
She played Cammy.
Yes, the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I can tell you I like Street Fighter the movie better than Mortal Kombat the movie, because the only thing I remember about Mortal Kombat the movie was the soundtrack, but I remember a bunch of stuff about the Street Fighter movie as far as who played who and kind of what took place and all that stuff. I barely remember anything about the Mortal Kombat movie.
So that's the problem. See, Joey, you need to go to Netflix and watch Mortal Kombat because it's on there.
I need to go watch it again.
I watched it this week. It's great.
Maybe we should do that. Netflix party it.
That would be awesome.
Netflix party. Yeah.
I'll check it out again. But they're rebooting it.
They
are rebooting it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think it's one of the. I think it's one of those ones that deserves a reboot because it's been long enough. I think you've had enough generations pass by. The video games kind of kicked back off again. With all new stuff. So let them try again. I'm interested to see what they do with it this time around.
Plus, their storylines in the video games are just so much better.
Yeah,
like they actually make sense. They're fighting for things that make sense,
Right.
So
I think that's the thing that with the Mortal Kombat movie, that probably why it was you don't remember too much of it, because it was stuck so much to the story of the actual video game. It was like they were fighting in this outer worldly tournament for the fate of the universe, and that's what the video game is, and that's exactly what they did in the movie. Whereas in Street Fighter, it was like so over the top. It was like this army general trying to take over the world, and it's like, I don't think there was anything like that in the actual arcade game that kind of hinted at the story or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, it was easier to kind of follow along with that movie, and it was a bit more original, I think.
It's definitely more difficult if you're trying to take a video game that really doesn't have a plot or a story in the first place and trying to all of a sudden create one from scratch based on just characters, that you have, and trying to put that together and make that to something, cohesive that makes sense to people that are fans of the game will enjoy. I mean, it's like, trying to take a race car game and turning it into a movie all of a sudden,
Well,
oh my God, you Need for Speed?
I was about to say.
So terrible. That's like one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I was wondering if anybody was going to catch that setup.
I mean, that was a pretty good one.
Not the movie. The movie was terrible.
Oh, no,
it was a good setup. The movie was awful.
I haven't seen that movie because I just felt like, I mean, really, you take a racing game or a movie that should be a game, and that's the whole, just like the Fast and Furious whole franchise.
Yep. Right.
Those could be amazing games.
Yep.
Right.
And then they take Need for Speed and make a movie out of it. Yeah, I don't get it.
I'm pretty sure there was a Fast and the Furious game.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There's a mobile game. There's a mobile Fast and Furious game.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Need for Speed.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. There's a lot of Need for Speed spin-offs that kind of touched on the underground racing culture, but nothing specific that was like, this is a Fast and Furious franchise game.
There is a Fast and Furious game. You know how I know? Because I just Googled it. It was called... I Googled it.
It's not on the card, dude.
It's not on the card.
Oh, dang it!
You got to pull it up there, Joey.
Yeah, there is one. It was called Fast and Furious Crossroads.
Oh, okay. But thank you for the bingo square hint if it was actually going to be on a proper...
And thank you for once for you forcing it, not me. How's those steroids feel, Joey?
Hey,
I hate y'all.
Ryan, you said it, not me.
Yeah, it's true. It's all true. Before we move on to some of the other stuff, since we mentioned Super Mario Brothers, staying on the Nintendo part, do you guys remember Double Dragon?
Dude.
Yes. I love Double Dragon.
Wait, there was a movie of Double Dragon?
See,
yes.
I looked this up because I was like, this is a movie that I would like to see produced, and I totally forgot that they actually did a movie.
They actually did one.
And then the funniest thing, because he was like notorious for playing a bad guy in the 90s, Robert Patrick played the bad guy in this movie. And if you guys don't know who Robert Patrick is, he was the T-1000 in T2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. I wasn't necessarily saying for you guys, but more like the listeners that bring it up later, because, yeah, he was notorious for playing that kind of role in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I totally forgot about this film. I'd love to see them redo it.
Wow, who is it? There was a podcast that they went over that one. I was thinking it might have been Totally Rad, but it wasn't. It's not those guys. There's a podcast. They went over that movie, and it is freaking hilarious to hear them talk about it. And I don't know who it is now.
Damn, think of it, let us know, because I'd like to know.
Yeah, we'll give them a shout out if you remember.
I don't know if they deserve a free shout out though, but
they made you laugh. They get a shout out.
No,
I love it.
When Ryan mentioned the Double Dragon, I was thinking about classic NES games, and I really need to go. And maybe one of y'all have watched it. And you can tell me whether it's worth it. Is check out the Castlevania series on Netflix, because I love that.
I heard it's really good. I haven't watched it, but I heard it was really good.
I haven't watched it either, but I wonder if it actually ties in directly to the game or if it's just loosely boosted.
Loosely boosted?
Yeah, loosely boosted.
Clint still think about Figpen.
Either that or about boosting cars.
Yeah.
Could be that.
That or he's boosting drugs right into his mouth. I don't know.
You guys can see it, so I hope not. Otherwise, I'm magic. But anyway.
Maybe you are.
Well, Clint, did your mom make you any brownies today? Is that what it was? Are you boosting those brownies?
No, I unfortunately.
Shout out to Clint's mom.
Yes.
Shout out to Clint's mom.
Thanks for baiting Joey on that one. Are there other I didn't even think about TV shows that were based on video games. Like I do remember the Mario Brothers cartoon when we were younger and how much I liked that.
Oh yeah, I love that cartoon.
Those were
the
fun.
Sonic cartoon. The Sonic cartoon was pretty good.
Oh, there you go.
Me and my kids just recently watched the Mario Brothers show on. It might have been on Amazon. I don't remember what it was, and they were like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Come on, this is my childhood. Don't make fun of it."
Kind of going the other way on that though, like a cartoon to a video game that I really enjoyed, but it was so frustrating, was the DuckTales video game. I don't know if any of y'all remember that, but remember could use Scrooge McDuck's cane like as a pogo stick.
Yep. I love
that game.
Pogoing,
they remastered
Pogoing on
it.
the moon. Yeah, they did. Yeah. They did remaster it. You know, you can speed through that game in like 22 minutes or something like that.
I can't. You want to watch me play Mario Brothers on Wednesday? You know I couldn't.
Did any of y'all ever have a TurboGrafx 16? I know that's kind of a
my friend had one.
No.
I didn't own one myself though.
You know, I'm thinking about all these classic Disney cartoons that I love. You know, Andrew brought up Darkwing Duck. I love that. That had a video game, DuckTales. Yep. But the TurboGrafx 16 actually had a Tailspin video game.
Oh,
that was pretty cool. I love that game.
I do not remember that one at all. Was it just TurboGrafx?
At all either.
I don't know if it was on anything else. I just remember getting it for the TurboGrafx 16.
I don't think it was on anything else.
Because I don't remember, because all those NES ones came out. There was, like you said, DuckTales and Darkwing Duck. There was Rescue Rangers.
I don't think I had that one, but that's another one of the cartoons I love too.
That was fun too. And then later on, there was the SNES. There was Aladdin and The Lion King are two that really stick out. And they were great games. Actually, all these were a lot of fun.
Oh,
Disney had a good thing going on with those adaptations. Even though you knew the story, you knew it was going to happen, you knew the villains.
Well, there was a point in our childhood where anytime there was a blockbuster movie that came out, you were going to get a game that went along with it. You don't really have that anymore, you know? I mean, they just finally came out with, what kind of replaced that, which I was going to bring this up later, but I guess I can bring it up now, is the Lego games. Lego started doing that a lot when they would do the, Lego Lord of the Rings and Lego Harry Potter and Lego Marvel and Lego Star Wars. That kind of took over that, getting a video game for every movie. And those are some of my favorite games to play with McGuire when he was first getting into video games, because they're real simple. They're, you don't have to worry about, bad language or blood or anything like that for younger kids. I mean, I wouldn't mind going back right now and picking up something and playing it, to be honest with you.
They're still fun. I was just thinking, I mean, they're funny. That's why I always liked them. They added an extra element of humor that wasn't necessarily in the movie or TV show that they are piggybacking off of.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think there's just been so many really, really bad movies made from video games that I feel like could have been done so much better. Like, for example, Hitman, Agent 47.
Agreed.
Like, it's such a shitty movie, but it's like
the game
gives you such a great story out of the game, and it's so simple. He's literally a hitman, and he does really cool shit.
Yeah.
It makes me worried about some of the ones that I really love, the games that are supposed to be coming out for the first time with movie versions of it, like Uncharted. We talked about that one earlier before the podcast started, and especially Borderlands. Like, I'm so nervous that the Borderlands movie is just going to suck.
Is it live action?
They're not going to do it right. It is.
Yeah.
Well, but if you look at trend, a lot of the movies that come out based upon video games, they typically never do well on Rotten Tomatoes. If you're looking at it from that perspective.
For critics just don't tend to like those movies, which is
because they probably don't understand the premise of the game. So they go into it looking at it from a story aspect, and they don't get it.
Right. Well, I would say that video game movies in general don't do well, like at all. It sounds like, from what I recall, they don't sell well, or they don't, bring in the money. Like
typically not. However, if you look on the opposite, and I know we'll get into this later, if you have a video game based on the movie, a lot of times it does pretty well.
Right. Oh yeah. Totally.
Warcraft did very well at the box office, except it was just received very poorly by critics. But I enjoyed
it.
Probably
overseas, huh?
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
in
that
China.
one.
It was huge in China. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I need to see that one.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good. Like they kept really close to the story from just how Blizzard imagined it. The CGI, the acting, everything is like it stuck really close to the story, and it was I enjoyed it. So I mean, definitely check it out. It made 440 million worldwide at the box office. With 28% on Rotten Tomatoes. 2016.
Okay, so it's not like brand new. Got it.
No. You know, just to backtrack on you're talking about Hitman. What about like Assassin's Creed?
Yes.
And Prince of Persia.
Yes.
Yeah, both of those great video games.
Yeah.
But the movies were
What Fassbinder was in Assassin's Creed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He was.
Yep.
And it was I struggled with that movie because it was like it had so much potential. It started getting good right at the end, and then it ended. And then it ended, and it stopped. I was like, "What? This is where it's supposed to get good." And then the movie ended, and it was just credits, and I was like, "Wow, this really sucks."
Did they leave it open for another one?
They did.
Yeah. I think it took me 3 days to watch that movie.
That good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been real good.
You know, and then like Prince of Persia, man, that's got Jake Gyllenhaal in it. You know, still young Jake.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a good movie, but like it was not the video game to me. Like,
no,
it
definitely
seemed
not.
like it was like if you took them away from each other, like you've got two decent products. So I mean, great video game and a decent movie, but yeah, as far as a video game movie, nope, not doing it.
Okay, before we keep going down the negative rabbit hole here, how about one movie, and I'm sure there's going to be overlap here, but what is one adaptation movie that you feel was actually done really well or that you highly enjoyed?
So you're talking about video game to a movie.
Or I'm sorry,
Angry Birds is the best.
We can go vice versa.
I was thinking the same thing, Joey.
Sorry. We can go vice versa.
Angry Birds 1.
No, dude, look, I just recently, me and my daughter were desperate for something to watch, and we found Angry Birds 2 on, I think it was Netflix, and I was like, oh man, this is going to be hot trash, but we're going to go ahead and watch it. And it was actually not that bad once it got towards kind of the end of the movie. Some of the stuff was actually pretty funny, but yeah, Angry Birds the movie.
Well, that has Jason Statham and Josh Gad in it, so I could see why that'd be entertaining.
It helps.
And Bill Hader.
The voice talent definitely helps when you're talking about animated versions of stuff. God. I mean, look at Pokemon, Detective Pikachu. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, Detective Pikachu did very, very well.
You got Ryan Reynolds. I mean, that's a huge draw. It wasn't bad. I don't think I'd ever want to watch it again. But
no. Well, also had is it Bill Knightley, who is the villain? I can never remember his name, but I always loved him.
Yeah, you take Ryan Reynolds out of that movie. Is it?
Oh
even,
yeah,
is it even?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You know, the voice talent, Ryan Reynolds, is what made Detective Pikachu anything that would draw people to the movie theater.
So, well, I don't know, because Pokemon has such a following right now.
Maybe for the kids, but the adults probably liked it more because of who the voice talent was.
Yes,
right. Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah. It's kind of like the kids enjoy Shrek for the kid humor that's in there, but the adults enjoy it for the other stuff that the kids don't understand.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Robin Hood's my hero.
But we're getting off topic there. What about you, Nate? Do you have any ideas on either? And we can go either way. It can either be movie adaptation from a video game or vice versa.
I actually really enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog. I watched that recently, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. They nailed the character, and it was a fun movie. There's nothing serious about it. Jim Carrey, as much as I hate what they did with how Dr. Robotnik isn't a fat giant robot that he's supposed to be, it was a lot of fun. They
left that spoiler. They left that wide open for that later.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Nate. Would that have been better if instead of Jim Carrey, now listen to me, Will Ferrell?
I was thinking that. I think that would have been. He would have worked perfectly in the role as well.
I think he could have.
I don't know, man.
But
Will Ferrell doesn't make a great villain. He makes a great hero or protagonist as an Anchorman or
Jim Carrey doesn't make real serious movies, but it happens every once in a while.
Did you
I
guys
think
know?
Will Ferrell could be a good like comic villain, you know, just like slightly deranged and stupid.
It could be like Gator
which is
other guys.
Yeah, which is kind of what I always saw Dr. Robotnik as.
Right.
He's gonna. I mean, look at the guy.
Robotnik, don't play that.
You can't help but laugh.
Okay, Clint, think about it this way. Will Ferrell was in Austin Powers, and he played more of a villainous role in that movie, right?
You asked me 3 times. I have to answer the question.
Yeah. Do you have any ointment? I don't remember the line, but yeah.
Funny thing, though, I heard this recently, and then we confirmed it while we were doing our Dorksmen game stream on Wednesday, that Jim Carrey was originally supposed to be Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, okay.
I can see that.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Speaking of which, I was going to get to this later, but the Mega Man movie is in, I don't know if it's pre-production, but it is slated.
Yeah, there's I'm
excited
for
that.
Mega Man, Iron Man.
I mean, it's the same thing, Nate.
It's not the same thing.
I mean,
don't get it twisted.
Sorry.
Iron Man.
Mega Man wears blue. I totally forgot that. Is that going to be a live action movie?
I don't know.
Because I'd be interested to know that if it's going to be live action or if it's going to be CG, you know.
I would want it to be live action.
Cool. I love Mega Man.
I think it would be great.
It'd be interesting because then, like, I always thought Mega Man was like kind of small, like kind of short. So you get someone like MC height, but like, you know, he's just gonna be like, he's not gonna like, is he fighting other people that are his height? So is it like, yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna keep going on that one.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I think we'd be remiss to not bring in Wreck-It Ralph into the video game.
Oh, for sure.
Conversation.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I feel like that's a whole different topic, though.
Because it's not a specific. The video game was made. Well,
it's a video game that was made specifically for this movie, which is freaking amazing.
Yeah,
right.
I gotta say that, but kind of
and I thought about it because of the actual video game characters that are built into this other make-believe world. You know, you got like Hubert and several of the others.
I love Trapper.
I love they did that they keep all this classic stuff, but they take it off on the whole spin. You get the racing stuff. To me, was just fun.
Both of them are great. I love both of them. Yeah, that's a good point. I think you're right, because we're talking about, they didn't adapt to each other. They came out at the same time.
Yeah.
And you can play Fix-It Felix now, which is kind of fun. It's like a Donkey Kong style game.
So much fun.
Yeah.
You should play it on your next game stream.
Gotta figure out where to get it, but I could. We could.
Before we move on, also, I just want to shout out to Sully, since he did join us on Wednesday for the game stream, while he and Clid went head-to-head on Super Mario Brothers. We found out something very interesting about Sully. He doesn't like to run as he's playing the game, whereas Clint was just like dashing all the way through. Sully was taking the safe road, and a lot of times he ended up in the pit, and he dead.
Well, yeah, right. But he did get further than me the first time, so it worked.
You need to engage the warps.
The champion.
When you guys went through the first time, I'm like, why is nobody warping?
Because I was trying to make it a contest to see who could get the furthest, and then lost. So then we started using the warp zones.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
there's speaking of Mario Brothers, there is a Mario Brothers movie coming in 2022, according to Wikipedia.
Oh.
Live action or cartoon again?
It doesn't say. There's no details at all. It's Universal Pictures, so I imagine it's going to be live action.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll go see it.
So
there's a bunch of good movies coming out based on video games. Call of Duty's in the works. Minecraft.
There's been a million Call of Duty movies. Come on.
No, I mean, but this is supposed to actually be like live action, and then Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six and Halo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Halo should be cool too.
Halo has been supposed to have been coming out forever. You know which one I've been surprised? This is probably the one that I'm most surprised that they have not made a movie about yet, especially considering how far it goes back, unless y'all can, show me that there was a movie made and I just didn't know about it, was Zelda.
I totally agree. Yeah. I knew what you were going to say before you said it.
So
there's so much backstory. I mean, you could do trilogy, you could do Fast and the Furious and do 47 movies of it and not run out of material.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few fan movies made for Zelda. And there's been a couple of Kickstarters trying to get something going, and for some reason, it's just never gone further. Nintendo's never released as much of that as to why either.
Well,
it's
as
probably a
Funko
licensing
collectors, we
thing with
understand
them.
our frustration with Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
We all know the licensing.
And maybe
issues
they
we
got,
have.
maybe they felt a little burned from the Mario movie, you know? Because if you think about it, another big one that would translate well to a movie would be Metroid.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Metro
Samus,
would have been great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Samus would be great.
They've
Or
got
Kirby.
a whole.
Kirby might
They've
be cool.
got a Kirby
You know?
would be a good kids movie.
Yeah.
Or you could do it kind of like Detective Pikachu, where it's kind of half live action, half animated.
Yeah.
Nintendo really has a good library of video games that are very adaptable into movies that they have not tapped into yet. And I don't know what the holdup is, unless it's the Mario Brother movie that they felt that they got burnt on.
I just think it's a
they're
whole
waiting-
licensing thing with Nintendo in
Right.
general. They're not very generous with their
Specifically,
IP.
Make your own
specifically with Nintendo
production
When's-
company.
Yeah, but with Nintendo, when's the last movie you saw that was a Nintendo genre or one of their licenses besides Mario? That's got to be something that's in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Pokemon's not a Nintendo license.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
So I mean, you can't even. And yeah, it's a good point. And for all I know, maybe where they're saving it, when they need some money, that hasn't happened yet, obviously. But since they came up with the COVID virus and sent it out so everyone would buy Animal Crossing, but
Wow.
they
Whoa.
Stop making
That's
it
going to be the
political,
next
Clint.
movie.
That'll be Contagion
It'll be
2. Tom Nook, Contagion 2.
that would be the most boring movie ever, and I'd go see it.
Yeah, it's true. But speaking of like shows or like we've talked about games that should be movies, what about shows and stuff that should be a game? Like, could you imagine if there was a Bob's Burger video game? 'Cause that's what we need. We need like an Animal Crossing style.
Like the old burger video
Yeah,
game
like
style.
the
Burger Time.
Yeah, like
Yes,
Burger Time, but with
That's
Bob.
what it is. Yes.
Yeah, like
Well,
could
I
you
would
imagine
play
That'd
that.
be great. I
Let's
would
get
buy
the
it
movie
if
out
they-
first.
yeah.
Let's get the movie out first.
That would be fun.
Do you
The
guys
movie's coming next year.
remember
Movie's
on Nintendo that game Super Dodgeball?
Yes.
What if they
yes.
did like Super Hockey or something? Like
Super hockey. Only if I can play as an Avalanche player.
You know what? I'm surprised they haven't made a Blades of Steel movie, because like it's one of those things that I feel like is gonna happen at some point. If they're doing a Just Dance movie, why can't they do a Blades of Steel movie?
They did. It was called Blades of Glory with Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
That's figure skating, you dingus.
I mean, it's the same thing. You seen that guy?
Right?
Oh, those
John
suits.
Michael or whatever his name is.
Blades of Glory. There we go.
Or it was Happy Gilmore when he took off his skate and tried to stab a guy.
Yeah, try to stab the guy.
Oh, here comes Chet.
Ryan's got to flex his collection at least once.
Oh, look at that flex. Hey,
He's got a helmet on.
you see that? Oh,
Yeah, he's keeping
it's
it
on this
safe.
side. Jesus.
Ooh, he's
can't
got the
even
Batmans in the background.
Oh yeah, no, I flex big time for this, guys.
Yeah,
Just for
you set it
guys.
up just for us.
That was
Yeah,
impressive. I like it.
you,
Oh,
you
that's
can
awesome.
ask my wife. She sat in here with me for like 20 minutes,
She's
waiting
like
for me
shaking
to
her
set
head,
up.
like, "What are you doing?"
That's love.
It is.
So what? I know we're kind of getting towards the end of this, but I do want to ask your opinion on this one, and that would be Pixels. And I know Pixels wasn't a video game direct adaptation or anything like that, but it obviously took elements from some of our classic
Yeah.
video games like Pac-Man. But Centipede was in there,
Yeah.
Yes.
and there was one more major game in there, but there were more. What do you think about something like that?
I would say you could count that in there. Now, how much I liked it, it was okay. But yeah, I would consider that a video game movie.
I honestly thought that was a great idea when I heard about it, and then
I thought it was a
saw
great idea. Yeah, I agree. The idea was great. Execution was ho-hum, which sucks because I had Adam Sandler, Josh Gad,
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage. Had a lot of great talent in it.
I really enjoyed Pixels. I saw it on Netflix and I had no idea what it was about. And then we watched the trailer and then we're like, okay, this is kind of cool. And we watched it and we loved it. Like, I honestly thought it was such a great movie.
I mean, with Peter Dinklage and that mullet,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the most amazing thing ever. But still, like, I don't know. I'm glad you liked it though, Nate. Must be a Canadian thing.
But I think it's
It
a
must
good
be
blueprint.
Canadian.
I think it's a good idea,
Canadian
and I
thing.
hope they actually do something kind of like that because you could do stuff like that. So it doesn't have to directly be a one-to-one adaptation. It can be integration of different things, doing like Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
So
I
anyway.
just thought it was a clever take on just how to do
video games integrated into a live action movie. It wasn't like it was super cheesy, but that's what Adam Sandler movies are, right?
Every single one except Spanglish and
the creator of Pac-Man was in the movie, which was amazing because he got eaten by Pac-Man, which was hilarious.
To me, Ready Player One did a good job of incorporating video game nostalgia into something, along with current, video game, obviously the VR aspect of it. So.
I really wish they would have done more from the actual book, though, just because the book itself had some great video game references.
Yeah.
The book was really well written. I really enjoyed reading the book.
I keep saying I need to read that one, but
I really need to watch the movie. I've never seen it.
Have you read the book?
No.
I'd recommend reading the book first.
Okay.
Yeah, I would read the book first. Yeah.
I wish I knew this 2 months ago when this whole COVID bullshit started, because I would have finished it a long time ago.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Something to look forward to, because I'll still be home for a bit. I ain't going back to the office for at least another month. So,
well, I was off for 2 months. Went back to work for this past week to close everything down at the school for the year, and now I'm off for another 2 months.
So you're actually off though this time, right?
Yeah, you're on your summer break. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Usually we do some stuff over the summer for basketball and football. Basketball is canceled for the summer because we can't do anything with a basketball, which is the whole thing we usually do, have like a summer camp type thing. So that's out. So I'm not doing that. And football is still a giant question mark because of all the rules and regulations that you have to put into place to be safe with it. Sure. So it may be an actual 2 months off, where it usually hasn't been the last few years.
I'd rather you all be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
It's true.
I agree.
And that was fun. I wonder how much more we could talk about this, because I actually had no idea what way this direction for this conversation was going, but it went everywhere and it was great.
Just to say, we didn't even talk about Doom, Rampage, or
we didn't talk about The Rock.
Battleship. How did we not talk about Battleship?
Oh my god!
I got a better one.
Because it is a board game, but there's a video game version of it too.
Wait a minute. The big one. Did anybody mention Resident Evil?
No,
I was waiting for that.
No,
I mean, to me, that's the biggest one out of them all. Because
that is.
Look at how many movies came out of it.
Well, maybe we need to come back around to this at some point in the near future and have a part 2 of video game adaptations.
And I feel like the most important video game that came out of all of this, GoldenEye. We wouldn't have. I mean, no. In all honesty,
how did I not think of that? Yeah,
we wouldn't have FPS games the way that we have them now if it was not for GoldenEye. That's
so true. Gotta come back.
About it.
I had it written down. I thought we were going to get around to it, but we just, typical Dorksmen fashion, right? Left turn here, left turn there. All of a sudden, we're all the way out in the pasture.
Can I tell you a funny GoldenEye story real quick?
Sure. Yeah, do it.
I really want to tell you this. So, GoldenEye came out on the Nintendo 64, I think when most of us were early high school, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we're all about the same age.
Anyway, so, we're at the age when we're interested in friends and, pursuing relationships, whatever the case is, right? So I'm playing with my brother, and I get a phone call. And then, by the way, kids, this is back before cell phones existed, so my home phone rang, which I don't think any of you have ever heard. So I had to pause the game and directly walk to the telephone itself to answer it and talk to it. Well, during that, my brother unpaused it and just started slapping the hell out of me without a gun. My mom literally came in, sat down, watched, and laughed the whole time. And I could see this happening, because I'm in the kitchen, this is the living room, like, stop it, quit, stop it. And he kept doing it. Killed me 3 times doing that.
That was me and my buddy love to play slappers only.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you if you're actually playing that game, how do you actually end it playing slappers? Because it takes like 700 slaps to kill somebody, rightfully so. I mean, how do you ever win at that game?
That would be fun for us to play. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I actually have 2 of them here at my house. Just everybody come to Colorado.
Yes.
Done.
Let's do it.
We'll play.
I'm there.
I got 2 64s, 8 controllers, and 2 games.
LAN party.
Right.
Have some fun.
Old school.
Old school LAN party.
Yeah.
We got to find the TV for it.
Before the days of Halo 2, keeping it online, or actually taking it online. There's a very interesting story that Sully told about this, about how online gameplay is what it is now as a result of what happened with Halo 2. And it was one of those things that they started the idea, they scrapped it, and all of a sudden they asked the developers, how fast can you make this happen? And they turned it around in, I think, like 2 days. And that's morphed into gameplay as far as we know now online. Well, I'm sorry, multiplayer online. So like things like Halo, Call of Duty, etc.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of game time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking
Joey.
of game time, what time is it, Joey?
It's game time.
I feel like we were listening to the final countdown by Europe.
That was pretty good.
Exactly. The final countdown.
No, that doesn't mean you can sing it too, Clint.
I had to get it in there.
All right. So this week's game is called Sega Genesis. Oh. And what I'm going to do is give you a title, and you'll need to tell me by buzzing in whether that's the title of a Sega Genesis game or the title of a song by the band Genesis. So if you get it right, you get 10 points. If you buzz in and get it wrong, you lose 10 points.
Okay.
Once somebody buzzes in, that round's done. We're going to go 25 quick rapid fire rounds.
Great.
When we get to the end, you will wager points on the final trivia question. The person that is in the lead going into that final question will then get to pick whether it is a Sega trivia question or the band Genesis trivia question. So they'll only know which trivia question it'll be. So little benefit to them there.
Okay.
Everybody good to go?
Yep.
Good.
All right, here we go. First one. Action 52.
That's the first one.
Andrew.
A Sonic. Oh wait, not Sonic. It's not the Sega Genesis, the video game. Or the
Sega
system.
is correct.
Sega.
Nice.
That's what I was looking for. Yes.
Very
Sonic,
good.
Sega, they're the same. They're
Yeah,
same.
that's. I was like,
Yeah.
I've lost my brain here for a minute.
Was there an Altered Beast movie?
Must be a Colorado thing.
You're getting off topic there, Druggy. Hold on a second. So all you have to do is say either Sega or Genesis, and I'll know which one you're talking about, just to avoid problems.
Okay.
So, number 2, Land of Confusion. Ryan.
Genesis.
That is Genesis. Very good, Ryan.
Did you actually
Ryan's
know
on
that?
the board.
Yes.
Wow.
Good job, Ryan.
Yeah, well done.
Next one, In Too Deep. Clint.
Genesis.
That is correct. Very good. Number 4, Heavy Nova. Andrew.
Genesis.
Actually, that's Sega.
Oh.
So that's -10, so you're back at 0. We call that the Ryan number around here.
Donut. Get used to it.
Round 5 or question 5. Carpet Crawlers. Clint.
That has to be a Sega game.
That's actually a Genesis song.
Really?
Donut.
Yep.
Yeah, well.
Back to Ryan.
Back to Ryan.
Ryan, were you going to say that too? What were you going to
You've
say?
got Ryan points right now.
No, I
Next
wasn't.
one, number 7.
No, 6.
Master
Six.
Six.
Oh, I'm sorry, 6. Fantastic Dizzy. Andrew.
Genesis.
Nope, that's Sega.
Sega had some
Now-
weird games.
They
Yeah,
did.
Sega had some crazy games.
Hey, this game is rigged. I'm a Nintendo guy.
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
Rigged.
Amen.
Rigged.
Double rigged.
Number
Extremely
7.
rigged.
Master of Monsters. Ryan.
Sega.
Sega is correct. Very good.
What? Ryan's winning?
Ryan is being like anti-Ryan right now by actually
Yeah.
winning right now.
Anti-Ryan.
He's doing
Anti-Ryan.
great. Ryan's doing great.
Number 8. Blood on the Rooftops. Andrew.
Genesis.
That is correct.
Thank you.
That's what I was going to say. Good call.
You can't have a video game named that. Not
That-
back in the day.
Not back in the day.
Maybe now.
Yeah, maybe now.
Yeah.
Number 9. Watcher of the Skies. Clint.
I'm going to say Sega.
No, that's actually the band Genesis.
Damn, did you know that, Ryan? Wow.
Certain music genres I have a lot of knowledge on. So
that's why you're doing so well here.
Number 10, Squonk. Andrew.
Sega.
No, that's actually a Genesis song.
That one I didn't know.
You got to remember, this Genesis was popular in the 80s along with cocaine. So
Yeah.
True.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
And look, I'm gonna call an audible real quick. I'm not gonna take off points because then if you don't have any points, you won't be able to play in the final round.
it's like Final Jeopardy. I mean, I get it.
But Nate, you do need points to play in it, and you have zero right
Joy's
now.
Bayou Gambling
That's
Room.
cool.
Yep.
So can you refresh the scores for us so we know?
Sure.
I got 20.
So Andrew and Ryan, since I kind of made that alteration, are tied right now with 20 points.
Okay.
Clint, you've got 10, and Nate has Ryan right now.
Perfect.
Hot dog.
Thank you for clarifying.
Just observing.
Yep.
Well, that made sense when
Asian
there were negative points.
I mean, hey.
Number 11, Burning Force. Clint.
Sega.
Sega is correct. Very good. Number 12, Legend of Wukong. Andrew.
Sega.
Sega is correct. Number 13, The Fountain of Salmacus. Clint.
Genesis.
That is correct. Number 14, DJ Boy. Clint, since Andrew cheated.
Rigged.
Super rigged. Double rigged. Uber
Good,
rigged.
Clint. I got you after Andrew tried to cheat.
Well, it was DJ what?
DJ Boy.
DJ Boy. It sounds like a Genesis song.
Nope, it's Sega.
Sega.
Sounds like Ryan.
Yes, sounds like Ryan.
All right, number 15. Had to pause to make sure Andrew was
I mean, I respect the approach.
You're not cheating. You're not trying, right?
I was hoping you would give me bonus points if I tried to get it right before you even said it.
Right? Here, you don't even say it. I'll get it right now.
Are you really trying to guess?
No, I'm kidding.
Don't be like that, boy. All right, here we go. Number 15, The Musical Box. Ryan.
Genesis.
That is Genesis. Very good. Number 16, Gem Fire. Andrew.
Sega.
That is Sega. Very good.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Wow.
I actually did know that one.
Number 17, Clax.
Damn.
Clint.
I'm pretty sure that's a Genesis or a Sega game.
Well, which one is it?
It's Sega game.
That's
I'll
the
give
first
it to
thing
you.
that came
It is
out of his
Sega,
mouth,
that's
though.
correct.
I didn't finish the word Genesis, so it's like chess. You don't want to move your feet anyway.
Rigged.
Chet is judging you right now.
Well, he's always yeah, his coked out look really makes me feel bad.
18, Bimini Run. Andrew.
Hot dog. Sorry. I don't feel like I'm part of the podcast unless it's said.
Let's scream hot dog at least once.
Well, since you didn't guess one way, I'm going to default you over to Nate. He gets to take your answer since you did a Ryan, and that doesn't go over well with
You did a Ryan, and not Ryan.
Nate.
I'm gonna say Genesis.
No, Bimini Run is actually a Sega game. It's a boat racing game.
Who makes boat racing games?
Sega, that's it.
Sega. does.
And that's why
Here we
they're
go.
doing so well now.
Number 19, One Man's Fool. Clint.
That has to be a Genesis song.
That is a Genesis song. Very good. Number 20, Home by the Sea. Andrew.
Genesis?
Genesis is correct. Okay,
Nice.
so we got 5 rounds left. Real quick recap for everybody. Andrew's got 50 points. Clint's got 50 points. Ryan's got 30 points, and Nate still has Ryan's points.
Perfect.
So you got to get something. You got to be
Come
ready
on.
here.
In fact, I'd say we let Nate just answer this one. We don't ring in.
I'm going to get it wrong.
Aerobiz. Nate.
Sega.
Sega is correct. Very good.
Right,
yes.
on the board.
Hey.
Thank
You can play now.
He's on the board.
Now you can do Final Jeopardy.
He'll have to wager everything.
Alex, I'll take 8 tip.
Number 22. Outrun. Nate.
Sega.
Very good. That is correct.
Damn.
Number 23. A Trick of the Tail. Clint.
I'm going to have to say Genesis on that one.
That is correct. Number 24. El Viento. Andrew.
Genesis.
That's actually a Sega game.
Oh, really?
Last one.
Phil Collins is the whitest dude you could sing. You want to hear him sing something in Spanish?
Number 25. Last one, guys. First or fifth? Clint.
I believe that's a Sega game.
Nope, that's a Genesis song.
Damn.
All right, so going into the final, we have Andrew with 50 points, Clint with 60 points, and Ryan with 30 and Nate with 20. So real quick, y'all need to put in the chat how much y'all are wagering while Clint decides if he's going to pick a Sega trivia question or a Genesis trivia question.
So real quick, when we do this, do we all answer it or just one person?
No, you all get to answer. What I'll do is I'll have y'all type it up.
Okay.
And then I'll say hit send. And that way nobody can cheat or anything.
Okay, great. Just want to make sure. Thank you.
All right. So, Ryan, you're wagering all 30 points. Nate, you're wagering all 20. Andrew, you're wagering all 50. Clint, I haven't gotten your wager yet. Oh, there's yours. 50
Pansy.
as well. Okay.
Do it all.
All right. So, which category? Sega or Genesis?
Well, since Ryan seems to know a lot about Phil Collins and Genesis, we're going Sega.
Okay, Sega question. All right, here we go. And remember, I'll tell you when to go ahead and hit send. So just type your answer, but don't hit send yet. Okay? Final question. The Sega's main processor was a Motorola 68000, the same chip that powered what piece of technology 5 years earlier? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, send. And the winner of this week's game, despite Nate with Clinticles being a very close answer to the correct thing, is Collector Clint. It was the Apple Macintosh. You win with 110 points. We all hate you.
Rigged.
We all do.
More than usual.
That's saying something.
Clint, I hate your beard too.
You know what? You know what? I do love the Colorado guys rocking their beards right now.
You know, and I shaved mine down about a week ago. So.
And it was funny, as mine's driving me nuts and I need to. So, but you pull it off a little better than I do.
I've still been growing mine out for 2 months, and it's still not quite a beard yet, but it's getting there eventually.
Hey, you know what? You save some money on razors. It's not a bad deal.
There you go.
I'm
Straight
there
about
you
the
go.
winner.
Hawaii guys got beards too, man. Come on.
Where?
I trimmed mine a lot.
It's called out.
The reason why we're
facially
recording
hair
today,
challenged.
right? I mean, we know this. I'll share it with the listeners. But the reason why we're recording on a Saturday for a change is the mobile disco company that I work with locally here in Hawaii is helping with the immense graduation ceremony for Kamehameha schools tomorrow. So for those that don't know, obviously a lot of people are out of the state. Kamehameha schools is a private school for kids that are of Hawaiian ancestry. but they have a graduating class of something like 450 kids, and they have a massive campus. So we're going to be setting up 4 different locations along the trail up to the site where they're actually going to pick up their diplomas, and we're just going to provide music, kind of hype up the kids, give them something to be excited about for this year because of everything going on, and really putting a damper on their senior year of high school. Not the way they really want to remember it, so we're just trying to do something positive to send them off on a good note. So
that is pretty awesome.
Hence the reason why I try to look a little bit more presentable, because there is going to be news coverage and everything tomorrow. So,
we're going to see you on the news.
Awesome.
You might. I mean, if it does end up showing me, then I'll let you guys know. Not that it's important, right. But if you guys are that curious, sure, I'll let you know.
Yeah, it'd be fun to know. Why not?
Yep.
And we're just razzing you for fun, man. I was just kidding.
And I think, being that it's for my home state, that's a little Hawaii fun fact for you guys.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Slap on a 4D sticker on your T-shirt before you go
4D.
in front of the cameras tomorrow.
That's what we need, is some T-shirts, man.
Yeah, we do need some T-shirts. We definitely do.
We should definitely do that upside down Supreme Dorksmen logo.
Yes,
like we
definitely
about.
Need to do that.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, Joey, for the game. Fun as always.
That was fun.
Worse
Joey,
because Clint won.
Huge shout out though, because you come up with different things all the time, and I love it.
I gotta say, and just come off of what Gary said when he was on. It is a lot more nerve wracking when you're on, and you're not in the garage yelling at the 4, dorksmen. Like, come on, you don't know this.
Real quick,
yeah.
Joey, I want to know what would have been the Genesis question. I'm curious if Ryan would have known it.
Oh yeah, that's
okay.
good. Yeah.
So the Genesis question was, who was the original lead singer of Genesis?
Ooh. Does Ryan know?
Because most people think of Phil Collins.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank.
Was it someone like Don Henley or
Peter Gabriel?
Peter Gabriel. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I forget he was. Yeah.
Forgot he was part of them. Yeah, I would have got that wrong.
I would have got that
Clinticles would have worked there too. So.
Yeah, Clinticles
maybe
works
more
everywhere.
accurately, actually.
Or Clintingus. That works too.
Yeah, or Clintingus.
Yeah.
Well,
we need to let Andrew go into a little bit more detail on the Dorksmen Bingo contest.
Yeah, let's talk about this. So, first off, I have to give a little shout out to Corgi Commander. The bingo stuff wouldn't have happened if it weren't for him. This guy did a bingo card for the Funko Funcast, and when I saw it, I was like, I can do this in a technology base where people don't have to print stuff out. And, so shout out to Corgi. He also got me addicted to Pint-Sized Heroes. By sending me my first one.
So wait. So, I don't think I knew that. Did you guys know that?
About the bingo thing?
About Corgi and the bingo card?
No.
Yeah, I did not know
that. I did not.
So Corgi,
I didn't know that either, no.
Corgi made the first one at about episode 4. It was either 4 or 5, and then I came in the week after and sent mine to them, and they started using it. So I feel bad. I kind of stole Corgi's thunder, but also, dude, shout out to him. He's started something with me that, is freaking amazing. So
glad we had him on the podcast.
Shout out to Corgi Commander. Yes. He's a great guy. So we're doing this contest. We're going to give away a Batman fun pack.
Hold on. Before you say anything further, we're not doing this. This is all at Andrew's.
Yeah, this is all you. This is all you. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is all me, but I'm doing this to help these guys because these 4 dorksmen, I don't know what I would do without you guys. Good laughs all week. But I'm going to give away a couple Batmans from my personal collection, some that I love, like the original OG Batman with the original stance. I'm showing you guys. You can't see it. You're not looking at a camera.
I can see it.
I don't know what I'm doing. So the original OG Batman that will be in a box, and also the Loot Crate exclusive from 2014. Yeah, wow. 2014, which is the Joker Batman, and a new Batman pin, one of the Funko pins. So that.
To clarify, he's talking about like the 3.5 inch.
Yeah, the big ones. So we're gonna give away that. So. Yeah. So to enter, that's what you guys need to do. You need to know how to enter. So play bingo. Should have been a good week for everybody. These guys made sure that was a good one. Take a screenshot of your bingo card, share it on Twitter. Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. Share it on Twitter. Make sure you tag the Dorksmen. That's at @the_Dorksmen. Tag me in it at Andrew Newland. You should be able to find me. not New Beardland. I thought about changing it, but it's not. But it's at Andrew Newland. And then make sure you put a hashtag on it, a Dorksmen Bingo contest. So add that hashtag. And you know what? Just to throw something else in there, throw an emoji, the video game controller emoji.
Appropriate.
Throw that in there. We had a great conversation about video games and movies. So throw that in there. You've got until Friday, May 29th. So all this week, it's a special card. You guys should have had fun with it. I know I had fun with it. I hope the Dorksmen had fun with it. And so at that point, we'll pick a winner, and we'll contact you. And hopefully by the next podcast, these guys will be announcing who the winner is out for everybody. So,
well, that's very kind of you, sir. Thank you.
Very
First of all, we loved having the bingo card. It's been a lot of fun just to look at and amuse ourselves with. Thank you for being our guest today too. That's been a blast.
I'm going to take a page out of Joey's book and also say, Andrew, seriously, thank you just first and foremost for being a friend, really.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like we've never met. I've never been lucky enough to make it to one of the Comic-Cons or even to Northern Denver to meet Clint.
He's not wrong, unfortunately.
But out of the last 43 episodes, I've really got to know you guys, and, you know, I've enjoyed it. So just chatting back and forth, this has been great. I'm happy to be here, happy to be on, happy to help you guys out, and, you know, it's been amazing. So
Andrew, I look forward to buying you a beer when all this is kind of over.
You know, one of these days, and actually I do feel a lot better now that I've gotten off my chest after almost 4 years that I stole the bingo from Corgi.
Well, I wouldn't say stole. I'd say he created the concept and you created the execution.
Yeah, but I feel bad. Now I feel much better. So Corgi, I'm going to put a thank you up down for you or something. Do something.
Corgi's a very generous person.
He is.
As we all know.
He's a great guy.
He's great.
Such a gentleman.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised.
And if anybody you were going to steal something from and not have to worry about them getting angry, that's the perfect person to steal something from and take it. But you're giving him his due credit now, and I'm sure he appreciates it. And we definitely appreciate you and what you do, supporting us and coming on here today. We had a lot of fun having you on. So
that's great. Can't wait to come back.
We got to do part 2 of this because, like we said, there's so many movies and things that we haven't even scratched the surface of it. So we'll definitely schedule you some time in. We'll do part 2 of this. This was a lot of fun.
We could probably do a part 2 strictly on GoldenEye, to be honest.
Right.
We could.
I got to figure out a way to stream it. There's got to be a way. Anyway, real quick too. I mean, Andrew's done bingo cards not only for us, but he's done it for the Funko Funcast, the STS guys, and I know Geek Together is working on it. So
yeah, we've got a couple more. We've got a couple more cards we're finishing for Geek Together. We're doing one for movie retakes.
Nice.
I've got like 4 or 5 that are actually in the works. I'm just kind of doing things for and stuff. So
that's so cool, man.
You know,
it's a great element, Dad.
It's been fun.
Ryan, I know
you should start charging people for this.
I know Ryan's had fun.
Oh yeah. I love forcing the bingo squares.
You didn't have to really force it this week. Like, I'm pretty sure we hit it all. I want to say we did.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
If anybody doesn't have a blackout card, they did.
If there's not a blackout, and you know, shout out to
Ed.
Yes, come on, Ed. You got.
If there's not a blackout, you know, hey, you re-listen to the podcast.
Yeah, you got to rewind it a little bit.
Rewind. So, hey, and if you guys don't mind, I'd like to do a couple little shout outs.
Yes.
Yeah, plug yourself, plug your Twitters, all that stuff. Go for it.
First off, a shout out to two of the guys that basically got me into video games, my 2 older brothers. One of them's having his 22nd anniversary today. One of them turns 40 tomorrow.
Nice.
So shout out to my older brothers who are the reason why when I play Mario Kart, I still pick Luigi.
It's ingrained in your brain.
It is. Like, I prefer Luigi over Mario because of that. So shout out to those guys. And, you know, if it weren't for them, I don't know where I'd be. You know, I definitely wouldn't be playing a lot of video games like I do. So, yeah.
Nice.
And then for me, I guess you can find me over on Twitter. Like I said, at Andrew Newland. Or I'm way more interactive on Instagram. And that's, is that an @ sign? I don't know. It's at AD Newland. I got to figure out how to get those things changed to like New Beardland so it's a little more cohesive. You know, but yeah, follow me there. I post lots of stuff about hockey, lots of stuff about Batman, because that's my life.
Hey, there are definitely worse things you could be doing.
Yeah,
true.
I hear you
definitely.
there.
Colorado.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun today. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Hope you enjoyed the bingo, and make sure you're playing on our very special bingo squares this week for your chance to win that amazing prize pack. We'll definitely put more. We'll put the details up on Twitter. We'll probably bug Julie for a little graphic. We'll get everything up there so it's all in one place for everybody for the week. Yeah. Anyone else got anything else to add?
Andrew, do you have a sign off? You'll go last.
I do. I have one.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Excellent. All right.
Prepared, sir.
Always prepared.
Yeah, better than Clint. Yeah, I'm like Clint.
You know, we can you and Clint are both from Colorado. Y'all look very similar. God. We can probably push Clint out and push you in. Just, stay on notice.
I was waiting. Wait. How about this? Do you like pineapple on pizza?
I do not. I do not like pineapple on pizza.
He'd be a good substitute, though.
Yeah. You're a
fresh take.
You're a perfect, more attractive version of Clint.
I was waiting for this to happen. I'm actually surprised it went to episode 44 before I was forced out.
Hey, anyway. I do say that has been mentioned before on Twitter.
It has been. We should put it to a vote. We'll let the winner of the bingo card decide Clint's
substitute. Dorksmen.
Hey, if Clint for some reason can't make it to a podcast, you guys just give me a call.
Perfect.
We will definitely do that.
We will definitely. Awesome.
I like it.
All right. Thank you everyone for listening this week, episode 44. And with that, please, more gang signs.
Sega!
Word homies.
No gang signs.
Nerd up, geek out, guys.
Nice.
There it is.
Here we go.